Okay, welcome. This is a quick tutorial. If you get off of this screen and need to get back, please contact me 703-216-3737 and I will get you back to this screen so you can continue your work. The way this works is we are capturing tax information by scanning through each of the zip codes one at a time. So to begin, we come over here to the zip code field and we select the zip code that we are going to be working on, 20152, and then we have to put in a value over here, and it is a range, so we'll put a 0 to 300, and that's 300,000 because there's zeros, it's implied zeros after it. And then we show the results, and then we try to export. And the process here, it says there are 5,600 records. We can only export 5,000 records at a time. So what happens is we go back to view results, and then we come down to criteria here and click on criteria, and we will change that and put it at 250, and then again show results, and again export, and now we have 3,500. So now we can click on export, and that takes a little bit of time. If you notice, it says waiting down here, and it's done. So you don't have to worry about naming it. It's going to auto name it. It'll just collect them and go from there. Once you're done there, you click back to results and then click on criteria. So now we will go from 250 to 500. So what we're doing here is we are bracketing the price range and incrementing it using the highest number as a starting number on the next one. So then we'll show results, and then we will export, and there's too many. So we'll go back to the criteria, and we'll put the 500 to 4,000. And then we'll export, and there's 45, so that's good. So then the 4,500 records just clicked on export, so it's waiting again down here, and that one finished. So then we go back to the results, and then we go back to the criteria, and then we're going to change that to 400 to 600, and then show results, and then try to export, and it's 2,200 records. So then we will export, and it's waiting, it's processing. This is a lot of data that it's transferring. So then we'll go back to the results, and back to the criteria, and now we will go from 600 to a bunch of nines. 5 nines should be fine. Show the results. We'll try to export that, and there's 400, and then we will export that. That's done. So at this point, we've exhausted all of the records for 20152. So then we come back over here. We'll change this back from the higher numbers back down to 0 to 200. We'll put the next zip code, 22033. We'll get the results. If you mouse over a question mark, it's going to show you little dialog boxes. So then we click on export, And in that zip code, there's only 2,000 in that range. So we click export. And it's downloading it again. And it's still going. And it's done. So then we'll go back to the results, back to the criteria. So then we'll put 200 to 400 and show the results, and then export. And there's too many records again, so then we have to go back to the results and back to the criteria, and then we will change that to 300. So, and then we'll export it again, and we're very close. Back to the results, back to the criteria. So we'll do 250, and then export. And it's downloading it. It's done. So then we'll go back to the results, back to the criteria, and then we'll change the 250 and we'll go to, we'll try 350. Ah, 350 is good. So then we will export that and it'll download here. And it's processing. Still processing. So that's a lot of records. The connection that I have to retrieve this information is very fast, but it still requires a lot. So then we go back into here and we'll put in 350 to, let's say 450. We'll increment by 100,000 each time. And then export. And that's processing, and we're down. And we're down. And then we'll change that from 450 to a bunch of 9s. And we'll see how much is left by doing this. And then we'll export. And that's it. That's going to be all it is for this particular area. So we'll click export. And we're done. So we'll go back to the results.